And so after looking at the film, how would you evaluate the things you guys were able to do against the Cookies?
I thought we were sloppy. I thought there was some I hate saying it, but some week one stuff that showed up. We got to be able to catch the ball in one of the turnover situations. Got the ball batted down in another turnover situation, and we're really sloppy when the young guys got in the game there at the end. So overall, we were productive. At times, we were efficient. At times, we were explosive, but there are about 5-6 plays that we got to erase from the film.
So when you have what you deem as sloppy in a 42-point victory, how do you approach that after the week is over?
It's the same approach we have since day one, and what we started since day one of when this team became a team, which is when they got back fall semester or spring semester last year. All we talked about was the now and living in the now, what you're doing right now. So, at that moment in the game, play 68. That's where we're at in life right now. We got to get that play right. Okay, then play 72. We got to get that play right. So after a game like that, it doesn't really matter at that point if the score was 1 point victory or whatever it was victory. There's things we got to get better on, the things that are going to come back and haunt us in situations. So we got to play right now, practice everything we do in practice and everything we do this week in walkthroughs and meetings is for play 1 on Saturday, and then we'll handle play 2 when we get to play 2.
How do you grade Sept's performance?
He had about 4 or 5 plays that there were about 3 or 4 throws that he has to make, and then 2 other plays where we were sloppy with the football. As a quarterback, his grade was pretty solid, but as a quarterback, it has to be perfect. Chicago O'Hare Airport theory. So we have to be perfect, and me and him got to be cleaner in our play.
What's the Chicago O'Hare Airport theory?
I knew he was going to say that. If the air control tower at Chicago O'Hare Airport is 99.9% efficient, there would be 3 crashes per day. 3,000 flights take off or land there. So if they had 99.9% efficiency, they would have 3 planes per day crash, and that's not good enough, obviously. Same mentality as a quarterback, where we can't be, when we make a mistake, it's a critical, big mistake, and that can't happen for us. So we got to play the next play perfectly.
From a leadership standpoint, after the pick six happened, what did you see out of him in the sideline, and just how he was able to respond after something like that?
Yeah, you put a positive spin on things, something me and him talked about, and I think I talked about this when we talked about, the books. I gave them the read, and that's something he took away from the book. One thing me and him wanted to work on is that when he hit a negative play last year, it would go 4 or 5 plays later until he got over that negative play and started getting pluses again. So after that interception, I went back to the house, the one that got tipped. He came out and was perfect on that next drive, and I think we went 7-8 play drive, whatever it might have been, and went down and scored a touchdown. So that is a positive side of it right there, that he was able to bounce back from that mistake and go back to work.
And seeing what you kind of want to see how you guys operate in adversity, and at that point that was an adverse moment. Not just Sept. How did you feel like the offense responding in their first form of
I don't know if I want to see them have to handle adversity. I hope things just go smooth the whole game. That's what the goal is. But no, I do. I think what they did was look each other in the eye, pick each other up. Bad play was made. Let's go get the next play, and that was a positive in the sense of how they answered back on that. You know what I mean? Because that's something I would try and teach: live in the now. So if I'm going to preach live in the now, I can't just say live in the now, and then if it's a bad play, let's focus on that bad play. It's right now, live in the now. So bad play happens, we're done. Good play happens, we're done. We're on to the next play, and that's kind of what the mentality was at that point on the sidelines. So I feel good about that, but we got to eliminate those 5-6 plays that. When you play a football game, most of the time it's going to come down to 5 or 6 plays. And if those 5 or 6 plays are in your advantage, you're going to win the football game.
With the running game, just obviously a 100-yard rusher, didn't have that last season. How happy are you with that and the way both Sutton and Blake played?
I think Sutton and Blake played really well. I think they made guys miss. I think the offensive line opened up the holes and got hats on hats and put those guys in situations where they were able to only have to make one guy miss. As opposed to not getting a hat in a hat. Now we got to make 2-3 guys miss. So overall, I think the run game was solid. I think it was efficient. I think we had 8 explosive runs, which is a good number. we got to continue to get hats on hats and get those 5 guys up front playing together. We saw a different defense, and as we knew going into the game, there was going to be some unexpected. It was a different defense and everything we looked at on film that they came out and played, which is week 1 stuff, you know what I mean? So I think the experience in the offensive line, that was big to be able to make those adjustments quick and early in the game. And they got hats on people, and if you get hats on people, Blake and Sutton are going to make you right most of the time.
When you look at the tape from Arkansas State's game last week, obviously Oklahoma put up 73 points, so a lot of success. Are there specific things that you saw there we're going to exploit that, or also do you expect they're going to clean up the problems that they have?
Well, they're definitely going to clean up. I mean, Coach, they have really, really good coaches on that staff, and their players. I don't know their players, but I'm assuming they got a heck of a lot of pride. So to me, they're going to come out flying. They're going to come out angry. They're going to come out motivated, whatever word you want to use. So yes, there's things on film that we're going to try to exploit on them, but at the same time, we got to be ready as well, because they have same coordinator, same coaching staff as last year. So we played them last year. Obviously, we have film from them last. We have film from them on Saturday, but maybe something changes. So we got to be ready for the changes that could happen early in the season at all times. But there's things that we feel we can attack, and people we feel we can go after to execute the game plan.
And Rock Taylor is the guy that is expected to take a jump this year. How did you like how he performed in the game?
I thought Rock played really well. He had I want to say there was only one target to him that didn't end up in a completion. So to me, he did a really good job. And what he did a really, really good job of is the effort when ball wasn't in his hands, the ball didn't come to him. He was more excited when Demir scored or when Christian scored than Christian and Demir were at that time. So to me, that's a sign of a leader in the room. That's a sign of camaraderie in the room. That's something I talked about to you guys earlier in fall camp, of that room coming together. And it's not an individual, get me the ball, let me score the touchdown. It's someone in that room scored a touchdown. They were all excited about it. And to me, he was a leader of that, which is a big deal. Now, he had I don't know how many catches he had, but ball came his way. When the ball came his way, he did good things.
And then Watson, I know he did some good things on the ground, but he also had 5 catches in the receiving. How did you like the way that the running backs were able to do
Yeah, those two, and then Duck will be back. Those two are really good players, and we got to be able to get them the ball in the air. We got to be able to get them the ball in the perimeter. We got to be able to get them the ball in inside runs. Those running backs got to be weapons for us. I use the term running back, but they're just players for us. So we're going to continue to line them up all over the field and try and get those guys in space, because they have the ability to make us good coaches.
What's the biggest thing that you want to improve on from week 1 to
Own the ball. Own the ball, own the ball, own the ball. We broke an anomaly in football this past weekend we did not win the turnover battle, but we won the game, and that's unacceptable. Cannot happen, and it will come back to hurt us if we turn the ball over and give the ball away.